guys hear me?
Yep.
Alright. Alright. Alright, ready guys?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, welcome everyone. This is Stay a While and Listen. I'm Zach, or High Valid Card, and today we're going to be having a sit down with some of the mods over at our Diablo on Reddit.com. Welcome, I'd like to welcome Bill, aka xiphirx on the forums, and then Kevin, who is iBleeedorange. And today we also have Max, aka xiphirx. He'll be joining us to help me with the interview side. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Alright, so I guess we'll go straight into it. We'll do, please introduce yourselves and maybe give us a little insight into how you became such passionate gamers / Diablo fanboys. Why don't you start, Kevin?
I don't know, I've been playing video games pretty much since about forever. My cousin's got me pretty addicted into a lot of Blizzard games. I kind of stumbled onto the Diablo subreddit on Reddit, but I got pretty lucky and have some pretty kick-ass moderators like Zip here. And, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty simple. I just love video games.
Yeah. I saw that you're pretty competitive at them too, with your StarCraft rating, Masters 1 from a few seasons back. So
Yeah.
gotta watch out for this guy. But yeah, so that's so what do you do most of the time with like what's the job entail with moderating the subreddit? That people who like maybe give some insight into like I guess people wouldn't really realize what you do day to day, you know?
I mean, moderating it's really like seeing if there's any spam posts, trying to keep enforcing the rules. I mean, we all have like our specialties. Like Bill here. I mean, he really does like all this stuff. Like, if there's something wrong, Firefox updates and our Diablo theme looks a little different or something's off, he'll be the one to try and fix it. I usually just remove spam or whatever, just kind of handled easy peasy stuff. Taffer and Lemon, they usually kind of might, start contests or anything. Same with Chaos, he usually removes spam too. It's nothing really too difficult. It is kind of time consuming, but I mean, it's not too bad.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty much we just remove like bad posts. And people get mad, and then we get some bad mail sometimes. And we also discuss a lot of ideas, like between moderators. And a lot of the times those ideas come out. Like, for example, we discussed the release day countdown for a while now, and we just made it happen. Like, Reddit's not really it's not really made for auto-updating stuff like that, so, it's pretty cool that we did that.
Yeah, I've noticed you guys have really kept images out of there and stuff that are just like, I don't know, they kind of pollute just like the awesome material that's there, So, good job. But I really like the theme is awesome, and I didn't realize it when I asked Exit here to come on the show, but it is awesome, and he's the one who made it, so round of applause to him. But, so how did you get into gaming, man?
My older brother, pretty much, he bought Diablo among other games, and I just watched him, and I eventually started playing myself.
Yeah.
I really like scary movies and scary games, and so when I was 5 years old, I was watching him play, and it was like a really dark game, and it would scare me, so that made me grow towards it. So I started playing it when I was like 6 or something.
Oh,
and I like hardcore only played Sorcerer.
Yeah.
And I would try to find Apocalypse, but I could never find it. So instead, I just got Boba Fett's trainer and just act online like everyone else.
Yeah. I remember not being able to actually get the game because my mom was like, "No, there's like a devil on that box." It's like that's not a game I want you playing. So it's like 10 at the time, So I had to get my best friend's older brother to buy it for me, So it's good times. I think we all got that. But I'm only like 22, so I'm only not that old, so.
Oh,
But,
wow.
Yeah, my parents were they didn't really care. Yeah.
You're
Remember
blessed.
that box on store shelves? See those devil horns? Just know that that's the game to get.
Yeah. Totally. Box art's awesome. Well, maybe this is a little hard to do, I know, but maybe you guys could give us people who aren't familiar with like what Reddit is, maybe just like an overview of like what Reddit is, reddit.com, you know?
Sure. First of all, it's like one of the top visited websites where you basically share links to interesting stuff and post topics like you would in a normal forum. The unique thing about Reddit is that you're able to vote on a topic up or down. So pretty much what's on the front page or what's hot or popular is dictated by the user. So it's sort of community moderated. So that's a little bit different than other websites. But it's like similar. It's similar to Dig, Delicious, and StumbleUpon, if you know those.
Yeah.
And it's like loosely similar to 4chan.
Yeah,
I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for making that comparison, but I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's fine one to make. I use that one too with people who aren't savvy with it already. But I mean, it's awesome. It's a great tool to like get like the mass Nessian's opinion across to like bigger corporations or like anything. You know, it's pretty sweet. You can get a lot of people behind different like goals that you want to get done. So check out Reddit. It's an awesome site. But so Reddit has a huge gaming community. Everyone knows that because people who troll the internet all day love video games. But so and it's around 30,000 people right now. The subreddit I think have subscribed.
33,000, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
we just hit like the magic 33333 number like earlier today.
yeah, so it's like looking really good before release, and so I'm sure it's going to go way up once release hits. It's going to be such an awesome resource for anyone who's ever used any subreddits for getting information or just getting better at anything that whatever the subreddit's on. It's going to be an awesome resource. But right now, what do you think? Is it mostly people who are like veterans of the Diablo series who are subscribed to the subreddit, or would it be more? Is it more people kind of like they saw some trailers for Diablo 3? Maybe they're like from other League of Legends, Dota, StarCraft, what have you, World of Warcraft, and they're interested and they think Reddit. I use Reddit for everything else. I'm going to use this subreddit for Diablo to kind of get a grasp on what's going on. What do you guys think?
I mean, it used to be a lot of veterans. Like when I first took over the subreddit, it had like 200 subscribers, and that was only like 15 months ago, and now it's at 30,000, whatever. I mean, it used to be really, really hardcore people. I mean, they're still there and they're still active, but we've had a lot of people who, I didn't play Diablo 2, but Diablo 3 looks really, really, really cool. I played in the open beta weekend, and I mean, I'd say it's probably still majority veterans because it's not release day or whatever, but once release happens, I think they're going to be outnumbered, which hopefully won't be a bad thing and everyone can get along well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll work good. I mean, there are a lot of like we were talking about before we came on here, there's a lot of like clicks and stuff from the older games, but I really think that it's going to be a lot more like social media and stuff has come a long way. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot more just that we're doing this right now. It's way easier. 10 years ago, it would cost you like a nail in a tooth arm and a leg. I mean, to even set up a production to stream, and now you can just do it out of your house so easily. So you can reach out to other people and make it a cool experience together. So. I think it's gonna thin out and everyone's gonna love it, but
I would actually say that about the majority are at least hardcore fans of the game, because I don't think people who are casual or new would go out of their way to find the subreddit for Diablo. But we've had a ton of topics like saying, "Oh, I'm new to Diablo, where do I start?" and stuff. So it's a mix.
Yeah.
Usually get downloaded.
Yeah, it's a cruel world out there. Unforgiving, quite unforgiving. So I guess we'll keep on. I guess we'll move over to we'll move away and maybe get some opinions on the actual games. And I mean, I guess the Diablo games have been awesome for the past how long have they been out? 15 years 14 years since 15 years I want to say since Diablo 1. And
it's been a long time.
Yeah, and the Diablo 2 games, I mean, there's still like 50,000 people online playing them right now, on the servers. And I mean, it's probably even swollen a little bit now that everyone's so hyped and trying to curb those anxieties for Diablo 3. But what do you think was like the secret of the Diablo franchise that made it so popular for so long? It really stood the test of time,
I mean, a lot of the new games always emphasize graphics. Next Call of Duty or whatever has better graphics, whatever, same storyline. I mean, it does well, but obviously it fades away. It's not like people are still playing, last year's Call of Duty, and if they are, it's because they didn't want to get the new one for some other reason. A lot of thing about the Diablo series is that the experience in itself is leveling, which Jay Wilson has talked about himself. He's the lead developer for Diablo 3. Like, a lot of it isn't just, has pretty graphics, whatever, because pretty graphics don't really matter, because after playing a game for a couple hours, you're going to get used to those pretty graphics. You're going to want, like, an epic storyline, and that's the main thing. Like Diablo, it may only be 800 by 600 now online or whatever, but the storyline, you feel immense into it. All the characters have their own little lines, a bunch of little quests and stuff. I mean, obviously, it only has so much replayability, but when you can get all this gear and go PvP with your friends, you just go farm bosses and get all these really cool-looking items that make your character that much more badass, then, why wouldn't you want to play that game?
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, I've always been blown away by how many prefixes and suffixes can be on items in that game. Like, it's just, like, rare items, it's people are still finding ones that are just, like, they covet and they're just, like, show off, it's awesome. But, yeah, I mean, that's definitely awesome. I mean, you were saying, Exif, you're saying that you like the games a little more for, like, the storyline and stuff, right? Did you play much online? Like, what do you think about, like, online, play versus just playing by yourself?
I don't really play much of online, even in Diablo 2. I usually play solo because I'm more interested in the story and my own pacing, and usually I just like playing by myself. But playing online is fun. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, it's just not for me.
What do you think about Diablo 3 being online only? Will you still be playing games solo by yourself, or since it's all online anyway, do you think you'll be joining up with some friends?
Majority by myself, but I already know like a huge group of my friends are getting it, so I'm gonna have to play with them eventually.
I'm sure I'll make you play a couple games with me.
What do you think about that choice to make it online only?
It's pretty necessary at this day and age where games are cracked before they're even released. I mean, it's due solely because of piracy, and I guess if you want to argue for piracy, go ahead. But for Blizzard, they're gonna lose money, so it's like their only solution, other than making it like extremely convoluted for like authentication and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really think it's not like, you have to play with other people,
And you always have private games, so
Yeah.
It's not really an issue.
It's not too bad. I mean, obviously it sucks, you can't play on your laptop in an airport.
Yeah,
but,
I miss that. Like, you get on the bus and you play Diablo for, like, people, like, don't understand why you're excited to get on the bus, and they don't understand that you have, like, a sick laptop in Diablo. But, yeah, I mean, I'm going to miss out on that, but I guess I can always just play Diablo 2 in those instances. But, I mean, so, what was that?
Like, being online only doesn't really degrade the quality of the gameplay. I mean, they actually try to make it minimize lag, and when I played the beta, it was, like, unnoticeable.
Yeah, and I think there's... Yeah?
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, they're also, like, being very, like, they're very aware of, like, the pains that people can go through. Like, if you have a poor internet connection or something, I just read that they're only going to make the patch on the launch 100 megabytes, So, I don't know, like, that's not going to take that long to download, so people aren't going to, like, buy the game and then download the patch for, like, 18 hours or something, Because I remember I used to have that happen. I used to be like, oh, yeah, I'm getting home from school and play Diablo, and then, like, some update would be out, and I have to wait. I'd have DSL, I have to wait, like, 15 hours to play, and I just have...
Back in the Stone Age.
Yeah, back in the Stone Age.
Pick up the phone, you'd have to start all over.
Yeah, it's like, and then you get yelled at because it's like, why are you on the computer? But, yeah, it's great. But, yeah, I think it's interesting to see how it works. I mean, StarCraft's obviously working good, but, I mean, also I was going to ask, a lot of people think Brood War is better than StarCraft 2 for a lot of reasons, and I don't know, I mean, a lot of the time it's just because they love nostalgia, and they like to just say that, they like to be like the old school hipsters or something, but I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see how another Blizzard sequel, hits the scene, because everyone's so upset about all the World of Warcraft expansions, and a lot of people are kind of discontent with StarCraft 2, even though it's, like, an amazing game, and, like, at the pro level, it's awesome, but it's, like, I don't know, I guess, like, people can't really approach it as easily,